Welcome back into Great Day Washington. It is that time of year that high school athletes start getting ready for fall sports.
Ready or
It's
not,
here already.
the training done over the summer can have a huge impact on the season. So here to inspire our athletes with some training tips, we have Adina Lai and also Paul D'Andrade. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you
for having
Can
us.
you believe it's I mean, you're probably always getting everybody ready for the season.
Yeah, kind of always. There's always a season for sure.
Yeah, is now the time for our fall athletes to really start kicking it into gear?
Absolutely. I mean, whether you're a fall athlete, a child athlete, and a high school athlete, a college athlete, or just an adult who used to be an athlete and is trying to get at it again, now is the time. Absolutely. Yeah.
So what do you guys do differently in terms of preparing these athletes than you would for just one of us coming in wanting to work out?
So it's a little bit different, right? Our high performance coaches, like Paul's one of our certified high performance coaches, we're really focused on the foundation of sport and really getting you to maximize your movement and minimize your injuries. So it's a much more tailored, much more specific approach where we're really focusing on the fundamental of sport and movement, right? Agility, stability, strength, explosive power, conditioning, so on, but in a very targeted way.
Yeah, you were saying that you'll study the athlete and put this all together. It's customized workout plans.
Exactly,
and things?
customized workout plans, a whole like digital tools, best-in-class training, that are in-person training, and then a whole playbook that's designed specifically for that person.
I know you're going to show us moves, but first, you're not only training, you also have help for recovery.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We see like cold tub plunges, like athletes do that.
Yeah,
that works?
we're the only place in the DMV where you can train like an athlete and recover like an athlete
There you
in
go.
the
That's
same
really
room.
cool.
So cold plunges, cryo, infrared saunas, compression boots, PEMF mats, red light therapy. We run the gamut.
There's so much to your gym. There is so much. If anyone goes online and explores, there's a lot. You're showing us some moves today for people to get ready.
You got Paul.
So I got two different movements for us today, all right? The first one is, these are very easily scalable and very easy to be done. The first one is going to be an iso lunge. So when we're looking at an iso lunge, we have our athlete.
I will be the training.
Okay,
Of course, get into almost a lunge-like position like we have him here, right here. And the whole point of this is that this is really low stress on the joints, so we don't have to worry about it putting our athletes in a vulnerable position or situation. So with this one, we're really trying to challenge to see what the stability at the ankle, the knee, and the hip is like. And really what we're trying to do, we see a high prevalence of knee injuries amongst our athletes. So what we do is that we really try to make sure that we have injury prevention, and we try to make sure that the movement's as robust as we possibly can. So what we're really teaching is how the connective tissue inside of the knees and inside of the ankles, also in the hip, can learn how to produce more force, so that inside of those positions, when they're more vulnerable, when they're cutting and sprinting, they're going to be more, a little bit more robust, more ready for the actual movement, more resilient.
So doing that's kind of like an assessment is really what you're doing right now, and then
so many different, you can scale it in so many different ways.
It has
so much different applications, from prehab to rehab. Some of the common cues that we kind of look is like the whole point of it is to not move, okay? So the whole point of it
don't
is
move a day.
Seconds.
That's impressive.
of course.
Well, no, so the
Pretty much
idea, so the idea is like, as an athlete or even as somebody who's getting back into athletics, right? You're going to have certain movement restrictions. And what Paul's looking at is he's looking at how does the knee buckle, how does the ankle not move. Some people can't even bring their heel down. So these all kind of lead to more injury. And so he's designing a whole program that's going to be based off of some of these assessments, so that when you're moving, you're safer.
From that.
Okay,
Absolutely.
give you a break there for a second. Dean, what's the next move?
Of course, the next movement that we have
Another
is
squat.
a banded Pallof press, okay? This one is a great movement, once again. If you're trying to get off of the ground and not just do a traditional plank movement, this is great for you, right? So this can be done with a partner, or if you just have a very sturdy or anything that you can tether the band to. And essentially what you're going to do is you're going to take a couple steps out, and each time you're going to keep good posture, and you're going to extend the band. You're going to hold for about 1 second, bring it right back into the middle, and then your partner will go ahead and extend. And like I said, if you don't have a partner with you, you can very easily go ahead and tether this to a pole or anything that you have that will not move. And then after that, perform the movement. This movement is really big on anti-rotation, which is really good for stabilizing and maintaining a neutral spine, which is massive for functional movement when we're working with our athletes. It's great for transmitting forces.
So in layman terms, right, you don't want to go this way.
Exactly.
Right, you just go
the whole
straight
thing
out.
is,
Okay.
the band is pulling you as hard as you possibly can, and you're trying to limit that rotation. So you're going to feel a lot of stress. Your core, a lot of muscles of the core, not just the muscles that are in the front of the abdominal, but also the muscles that are on the side, as well as the lower back, will definitely start to get involved with this movement as well.
I think Ellen and I just found our new workout for the office. So we're just going to sit at our desk. That's just obviously a
amazing.
couple
We all know.
things that you all do, but
Yeah.
really helping the athletes and any of us get ready. You can keep up with the performance tips and more by following the St. James on Instagram at the St. James or the St. James Performance Club. Gentlemen, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so
Thank
much. That was
All right,
great.
thank
Okay,
you.
go take an ice bath now.